you are focusing on the wrong things. That's why you're not getting the momentum that you are working so hard for. That's why you're not getting the kind of traction that you need, because you are focusing on the wrong things. Now, let me explain why I have the audacity to say that to you. I have today's also Thursdays and Fridays are days where I'm doing a lot of training, a lot of coaching, but I also do a lot of one-on-ones. And most of the new guys, by the way, we had a fantastic week. We had, some really good numbers coming in. So I don't know what you're waiting for to join the 100K world-class consultants with audacity. Now, most of the guys who are coming in, the reason that they are struggling is because of focus. They are focusing on the wrong things. And I want to break it down for you here very quickly today so that I can help you as you go through the weekend to think about which ones am I, or where am I also making the mistake, so that I can help you to what? To build a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, so that you can begin to achieve the goals and dreams for which you started your business. Okay, so there are two things. Okay, there's the old way of doing business and the new way. Everything in the world is becoming quicker, faster. However, there are situations where people are still complicating things. The old way is complex. The old way of doing business is a little bit complex. And, you've been told, you got to first, I saw a guy, one of the guys who's just come into the business, who has just become my client. He's got about 10 hours of content. 10 hours of content before he ever gives the person the tools to do the work. So it is complex vis-a-vis simplicity. Okay, and after he's given you 100 or 10 hours of content, then after that he's saying, oh, by the way, after that I want you to figure out how to do a funnel, and I want you to go and pay for Kajabi, and then after that I want you to go and get MailChimp, and after you've gotten all that, now here is the strategy of how to get clients. And I'm thinking, dude, I have paid you, or whoever is paying you wants to get clients ASAP, not after going through 100 hours of mindset work. And and yes, mindset is important, and yes, it is important for you to give people context, and it is important for you to be able to get people to understand the bigger picture. But most people are paying you right now for results right now. So your job is to be able to take the complexity out of the entire process. That is what you're paid for. Take the complexity out of the process and make it simple. So the old way of starting and growing your online business would have been what? Guess what? First do mindset, and then get 100 pieces of content, and then get funnels done, and then get your email systems, and then there's all these things that they're telling you to go through, and in your mind you're thinking, when do I start making money? All right, that is the old way of doing things. All right, now the new way, or the simpler way in terms of your focus, what you need to be focusing on is simple. The principles are undeniable. The principles are, like one of those things which they're simple if you understand it, and most importantly, they are simple to implement. What are the principles of growing an online business, or any business for that matter? Okay, principle number one: get attention, get good attention. It doesn't matter how beautiful your product is. It doesn't matter if you've spent 100 days, years working on your beautiful product. If nobody knows about it, it doesn't matter. All right, it doesn't matter. So what does that mean? It is like saying, I like to give the example that if you blink at a beautiful girl in the dark, she can't see your wink, not blink, wink, and because she can't see it, therefore you are not going to be able to take her out for dinner. So you got to get the right attention. You got to do the things that are going to get you attention. That's number one. Then number two, after you get that attention, what do? You begin to nurture the traffic, because attention gives you traffic. When the traffic begins to come in, and they're beginning to know about you, they're beginning to see about you, and they're beginning to begin to appreciate you, what does that give you? That gives you the ability to nurture the relationships and build trust. Why? People do business with people they trust. Okay? Build the trust by nurturing and creating relationships. When you have done that, the next part one is attention, part two is nurture the relationships and build trust. Part number three is make offers. Consistently give people offers. Tell them, hey guys, I need I am out here. I got a business. Hey, I want you to be able to, this is what I do. This is, I've got this offer. I've got this campaign. You must be launching. You must be campaigning. You must be doing all this stuff. But after you have done the first two, you've gotten attention and you've nurtured the relationships. Oh, you might be asking me, how do you nurture the relationships? We have 7 ways of how you nurture relationships that we share with you in the World Class Consultants with Audacity training, which is a 100K training, which helps you to start and grow your business. One of the ways is value. Give people so much value that they're going to reciprocate, okay? And when they reciprocate, what is a reciprocation about? Buying your product, all right? So, step number 1, get attention. Nurture and build the relationship. Make offers. When you make offers, what is an expert? Get people on a strategy call or send them to your sales page and close the sale. Simple. Okay, there's so many people who are so good. I've got one in relationships. He's so good at creating and giving people great information. He can talk about relationships until the cows come home, but he doesn't make offers. He doesn't tell people I'm open for business. Okay, in his head he assumes they probably should know. No, they don't. You got to make offers. Okay, I don't care what you sell, whether it is ice cream or whether you sell clothes or whether you sell watches, whatever. You got to make sales. You got to make launches. Guys, Black Friday is coming up. Christmas sale is coming up. New Year's sale is coming up. Why do these big companies do that? Because that is how you make money. After you make the offer and they buy, the most important part for this whole process is serve with excellence. Serve with excellence. Do your utmost best to give your clients the best service ever so that they go like, wow, I have never ever heard such, whatever it is. Serve with excellence. I am still getting jobs now because I did an amazing job 10 years ago. I still get people who call me up now for me to speak to their parents, for me to speak to their children, for me to speak to whatever, because of what I did 10 years ago. There's nothing as important as doing an excellent job every time. The principle here is that every client who comes into your system, look at them like $1 million client. What does that mean? Wherever they're starting from, look at them like they're going to spend $1 million with you, and therefore treat them accordingly. All right? Treat them accordingly. Now, those are the principles, okay? Principle number 1, get good attention. Nurture, build relationships, which builds trust. After you do that, make offers. After you make offers, get them on the call. Close the sale and serve with excellence. That is as simple as that. Stop focusing on the wrong things. It's not, somebody told me they spent 3 days working on a logo. Nobody cares about your logo. Nobody cares about your website. No, unless, of course, you're selling widgets on the website and you need that. But listen, you're focusing on the wrong things. It's not the funnel. It's not the website. It's not how good you look. It's not the pictures. No, it is, do you have people to come in, close up? For example, what I've just told you, attention, okay? And nurturing. What do you need? You need the internet. You need Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. What are you doing there? You're serving them. You're getting attention. You're putting content out there. You're friending people, whatever, okay? After that, what do you do? The next best thing you did is Calendly. Calendly is a free tool. It's free, okay? Then people book into your Calendly, goes into your Gmail or Google or whatever calendar you have. That is free. It comes with your phone, whatever. And then you call them. What do you got to pay? Maybe you pay for the call. All that stuff, you will get somebody to pay you without a website, without a business card, without a logo, and none of that stuff. So stop focusing on the wrong things, guys, okay? Focus on the right things. It is about simplicity, guys. Simplify your business. Make it easy to do business with you. Make it easy for me to be able to say, hey, you know what? I want to do business with this person because it is easy to do business with them. It's not about the website, the funnels and all that. No, it's about the fact that can you build that trust quickly? Can you make an offer? Can you close a deal? You would be able to make your 10, 15, 20K a month by doing that without a website. Yes, eventually people go and check you out. But if they go and check out your Facebook and they see that there is a history of you serving them, there is a history of you putting great stuff out there. Most importantly, you have positioned yourself as an expert. How? By answering people's questions, by doing what you have to do when you go into your communities, when you go to your niche and you find out what challenges do they have, what questions do they have. You answer those questions. When you make the offer, bingo, it becomes easier. So, simplify. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Get out of the complexity. Don't make it so complex to do business with you. Make it easy. Make it, that with one phone call, somebody can get your service. As simple as that. Then when you simplify it, serve with excellence. serve with, do your utmost best to give people. I say your business, whatever it is, has got to have a certain part of transformation. It has got to have the ability to transform. I don't care what it is. Even if you sell mangoes, let it be that when I eat your juicy mango, my life is transformed from a taste bud point of view, if you know what I mean. So, with that in mind, I want to share with you 3 other principles that you should be focusing on to ensure that your business is growing, but most importantly, to ensure that you are making the steps that are important. The reason that most people's businesses are not growing as fast as they can is they don't realize that for you to ever go to the next level from where you are, you must make some sacrifices. You must make some sacrifices because, I don't know how to. Every time you make a sacrifice for your business, every time you make a sacrifice for your relationship, every time you cut something out, you add more energy, more fire to this thing that you're going after. Okay? Every time that you sacrifice, you got to sacrifice some relationships. You got to sacrifice, I like that Uncle Bill is here. You got to sacrifice partying and drinking. I cannot tell you what the difference that would make to your life. You got to sacrifice doing dumb stuff. You got to sacrifice buying dumb stuff. You might need to sacrifice and move from where you stay to another place for you to be able to grow. Whatever it is, you must sacrifice for your business. The only people who make really big time leaps in their lives, especially with business and life, is they're willing to sacrifice the short term for the long term. They're willing to sacrifice, the little things. They're willing to sacrifice, the pornography and the fornication and partying and all these friends who don't build you and or the desire to want to look good. They're willing to sacrifice that stuff for the big picture. All right, so you got to be thinking about it. You got to sacrifice. That's number 1. Number 2, you must be willing to get mentorship. It is the greatest leverage point ever. You're going somewhere. Somebody has already been there. Find somebody who can help you. Now, that mentorship, I always want to tell guys that you gotta be mentable. You got to be a guy when you're told things you can learn from them and be able to implement. If you're not mentable, then it doesn't matter. So you must have an open mind. It doesn't matter how old you are. There's somebody who has gone where you want to go. They're already there or they have wisdom. Get mentorship. It is leverage. It is the quickest way for you to get where you need to get. Okay? And with mentorship, you will avoid the pitfalls. You will get wisdom. You will get things that are going to make you get there faster, quicker. And yes, you got to pay for the mentorship. Yes, you might have to travel. Yes, you might have a guy you have admired and they live in Nigeria or they live in Singapore or they live in Australia, whatever. Go there, pay, do whatever you got to do, because what would take you 5 years to master, this guy is going to have a conversation with you in an hour and bingo. You've cut 5 years out of the journey. Hello? Okay? So sacrifice. And then finally, in my business, when you are putting yourself out there and you're getting attention, it is inevitable that people are going to talk about you. It is inevitable that they're going to be some naysayers. It is inevitable that people are going to have an opinion. By the way, everybody has an opinion, okay? And the only reason they do is because opinions are cheap. That is why everybody can have one. But most importantly, the naysayers are there to show you that you are moving, that you are doing something. You must become totally immune. I was watching Venus Williams and the sister Serena, and they were talking with Will Smith. And you can't take away the fact that these two ladies completely changed female sport. They're an inspiration to so many people. Do you think they had some naysayers? Do you think that they had some people who said some negative stuff? Do you know how many boos those girls got? Do you know how much? If they were to react to what other people were saying, they would never have dominated the sport the way they did. But most importantly, a generation of young, black, white, European, whatever people would have missed the opportunity to see some role models who would help them up so that they can also go on and live their lives in a way that is amazing. What is the point? You must have a thick skin. Other people's opinion must never become your reality. It doesn't matter. Other people's opinion is none of your business. People are going to talk whether you want or not. You are going to screw up. Okay, there's no two ways about it. You must know that it is part of the journey. You just become boom, numb to it, and you move on. Yes, do you know how many times I've gotten some negative feedback? Do you know how many times people have told me, oh, who does he think he is? Oh, he has a dirty mouth. Oh, he does this, he does that. Boom. If I was to listen to that stuff, I would not be in the position that I am, would not be talking right now. But most importantly, I would not be able to serve you. Now, those three things are important. On top of focusing on the right thing, simplifying your business, sacrificing, getting mentorship, and having a hard skin, I guarantee you, you just get 10% of what I've shared with you and implement it right now and see what happens to your business. I guarantee you'll have an amazing weekend. But most importantly, in 3, 4, 5 years time when we speak again, if we get an opportunity to engage with each other, you will say, you know what? I implemented that and it made a difference. And that is the joy of what I do. So I want to encourage you to have an amazing weekend. Do not go to rest if you haven't met your goals. If you haven't met your goals, do not get into this bandwagon of the weekend is for rest. Yes, you might need to rest for a couple hours, but hey, if you haven't achieved your goals, there's no time for rest. You got to keep going. You got to keep serving. You got to keep getting attention, serving those people out there. Most importantly, building a business that not only makes an impact, but leaves an indelible mark in the world to say that you were a person who lived with joy, with purpose, most importantly, with the audacity to live life on your terms. Until next time,